I'm Dave Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. So last night, because I got the podcast done a little bit early, me and my wife ended up watching a movie together and we didn't know what to watch. Like, we were scouring for like fucking 45 minutes and we're like, let's just watch something that we would never ever watch. And then we stumbled across, for me, probably the most horrific, depressing, harrowing fucking documentary of all time. I'd never heard of it before, but it was by the same documentary makers, I found this out later, who made that famous Rolling Stones documentary, Gimme Shelter, on the concert at Altamont where the Hells Angels were the fucking security guards and some cunts got murdered. Anyway, this documentary they made was, for me, I could never watch it again. It hit too hard. It's called The Salesman, an absolute fucking nightmare. So it was 1969 it was released. I'll just read you the description of this movie. I'll read it to you and you'll understand the horror. Okay, this is the description. 4 dogged door-to-door Bible salesmen travel from Boston to Florida on a seemingly futile quest to sell luxury editions of the good book to working-class Catholics. When I read that, I was like, I can't do it. I know what's going to happen. And I'm just not prepared for it. Emotionally, I'm not prepared to watch this. But I live in Boston now, and I was like, it might be nice to see some of the scenery, see what it was like back in the day. Big mistake. The absolute horror of these fucking poor cunts traveling throughout the US, going door to door, trying to sell these fucking Bibles. So they're selling these luxury Bibles. There's 4 guys. There's the rabbit, there's the fucking bulldog, there's the gipper, there's, what was the other fucking cunt's name? The badger. Oh, it wasn't the bulldog, it was just the bull. Fucking these poor cunts. So they're selling this luxury fucking Bible. It's got pictures, it's got a gold cover, and they're selling it for $49.95 in let's say it was 67. The film was released in 69, so let's say 67. And I went to fucking current day AI and asked them to tell me what the price was, inflation adjusted. What's $49 Bible costing fucking in 2026, inflation adjusted? And so fucking AI spat out $390. So it's like some cunt coming to your door now in the middle of a recession trying to sell you a $390 Bible with pictures, even though you can get free Bibles. And these poor guys. So there's 4 guys, and this is 1967. So they're all in their, like, let's say late 40s, maybe early 50s. It's hard to tell because they're all smoking darts like maniacs. I tell you, the only one making good sales out there, the tobacco companies. Every single person, inside, outside, mum, dad, grandma, salesmen, they're all smoking indoors, darting away. So it's 1967 and they're in their 50s, which makes it fucking how long? 22 years since the end of World War II. So these guys probably fought in World War II and now they're out there. They're just fucking slogging. And it's through New England as well in the middle of winter. They're trudging through the snow. They're in their cars. I don't think cars back then had heaters. It doesn't look like it. It is bleak. And so they've got these 4 salesmen, and the hero, well, the anti-hero of the whole entire documentary is this guy, this salesman, Paul, the Badger. Is there any more tragic figure in history, in life, than the salesman that cannot sell? Watching this guy, well, like, what it is it's the same as bombing on stage, but you can compartmentalize bombing. You can be like, all right, that was the stage, that was a bad set, this is something I can get over, but it's soul destroying because you put yourself out there and the rejection is intense. But with a salesman, it's your life. It's your bread and butter. You have to sell. You can't get away with not selling. And so this Badger guy is just slowly imploding. And the other 3 guys can't stand him because he's so negative. He's so washed. He's so fucking past it that he's just digging deeper and deeper holes. He's become like universally despised. Not even so much despised. They don't they don't hate him. It's just gross. Like, yuck. And he can't do anything about it because he's in the vortex. He's trapped. And so you just see this guy dig himself deeper and deeper into the hole, and you can see the cult of the salesmen. They go to this sales conference and they're all talking about the goals they're going to hit. One guy said 50,000. He's going to hit $50,000 this year, and I mean it. That's what he said. I mean it. I did the quick calculations. He had to sell almost $500,000 worth of Bibles door to door to hit that. So these guys are absolutely fucking cooked. But the other guys, I feel like they had accepted their fate. They're like, yeah, we're sales guys. You go to the door, you fucking hustle some money out of some poor, and the people, Jesus Christ. America is really... It is really a brutal place, and it's been a brutal place for a long time. Every door they go to, someone is just hanging on. Just fucking hanging on by a thread. Like a lot of people even want the expensive fancy Bible with the pictures. You can see it. They want it because they're Catholics. They want to be good fucking Catholics, but they can't scrape together $4 a month for 12 months. They can't do it. And you see their hands are shaking as they put the dart into their mouth. They're just like, no, we can't. And these sales guys, they're like scum bags. One of them's like, well, do you think I've done this a long time and I know how things are? Do you think? And then he goes, you know what I'm going to say? And this is to the people he's trying to sell the Bible to. Just a young couple. They look like Okies or something like that. Like the grapes of wrath. And he's like, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? And they're like, yeah, we do. He's like, what? And she's like, that we should borrow some money from the next door neighbor or something. He's like, well, it wouldn't be a bad idea. And I'm like, you fucking dirty dog. But those guys didn't care. But the Badger, Paul, it hurt him. You could tell he was wrestling with himself. Like, he wasn't an endearing character either. Because like a comedian bombing on stage, you have very little emotion towards them besides disgust. You're like, yuck. Because once it starts, the deeper it goes, the worse it gets. But with the salesman, that lasts, your whole life. You breathe it. It's day in, day out. I used to do door-to-door sales. I used to be the negative guy. I got sacked from a commission-only job. Like, I got taken into the office and he's like, we're going to have to let you go. I'm like, you don't pay me. You don't pay me at all. You only pay me what I sell. And he's like, yeah, I know that, but you're negging everyone out and sales are going down. Whenever we send a crew out with you, the sales go down and you come back with no sales. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. Because I did neg a lot of people out. I'd knock on 2 doors and then I'd be like, let's go for a beer. This is hectic. So when I watch someone as tragic as the salesman that can't sell, and there really is no one sadder, it's on another level to the unfunny comedian bombing. But when I look at someone like this Paul Badger guy from The Salesman, I'm like, it really hurts my soul because I see myself in this guy. And I'm like, no matter what, I have to avoid that life. And so you got to watch the movie. It's just so fucking hectic. The scenery is beautiful. Like, it's a little snapshot into the past as well. Like the way people used to live and how hard it was back then, because you don't fucking even think about it. But it's been a struggle for a long time. So I look and like this Paul Badger guy, the anti-hero hero of the documentary, it wasn't like he was redeemed in the end. So I look him up on the internet just to see what happened to him. And there's one article about him. The fucking director who directed the movie went to see him years later. He died in 91, but the director went and saw him. And he was in hospital with rheumatoid arthritis. He was an alcoholic. His wife had left him. They interviewed his wife saying, yeah, he was all right. He was intelligent and that, but he could just never get his shit together. Fucking hell. And he'd been kicked out of the other nursing homes for like being a cunt. And so it was like the real life death of a salesman. He is the real life Barry Lohman. And so I'm looking through this article and it's just a harrowing article as well. But I scrolled down to the comments because I was like, oh, I want to see what these people say. And there was just one comment from this guy, David Cornfish. And he writes, thanks for this update. The unique torture of being ground into dust by a job that takes everything from you is one of the most universally shared American traditions we have, and it is rarely exposed in such a devastating manner. I see myself and so many others in Paul. Amen, David Cornfish. Amen. So if you're sound and you're stable, go watch The Salesman, 1969. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for today, and I'll see you the fuck later.